Good morning, all you amazing people doing decking. So this is the rare deck. I'm doing rails, and I ran out of stuff. So the ballast, those metal pieces that go up and down, are held in place by this, and I only have two left. So I think I miscalculated how much I needed. So I'm gonna have to order some more in. So I'm just gonna put the top rail on over here and cut it in place, set it in a couple of screws, and then I'll go on to finishing the rest of the ballast. So let's get to work. 10 feet. So I already pre-cut them. I already had them pre-cut. So that's an 8 foot span, and but some of the spans are 10 feet. So when we get into the back area, I'll have to. I got 10 footers, and some of them are like over 8 feet, about 9 feet. So I had to get 10 footers to cut down. But as you can see, that's already pre-cut. I just have to put a few screws in, and call it a day there. I have another one here um, on the other side. Right over here. I don't know if you can see it. So this one here. So oops, I will be putting another one, and that I think that's an 8 footer too. So you're probably wondering why I took so many cuts. Well, the reason is I always cut larger than I need and bring it in just by a hair. And also, I noticed that the pole, that beam there, that 6x6, is actually twisted slightly, where it has to go inside to cut it at like a slight angle, I think 5 degrees, to make it to compensate for the twist. And that's the reason I'm doing that. Okay, so I got 2 of them cut, and like I said, I'm already out of parts. But let me show you. So now, I haven't screwed them in yet, but they're in. And I'll just put a few screws in it because I'm going to take the screws out. I don't want to leave them, put a whole bunch in yet. And the reason I'm doing that, so if you notice down here, I got all of the holes already cut and at the right height. So it's just a matter of putting in, but I still have to block it from underneath. Problem is getting to underneath right now. See here? The snow is starting to go away, but I figure in about 2 weeks it'll be gone. So I'm going to go order more of those little retainers, and hopefully the snow will be melted so I can get underneath it to do the blocking. But at least right now I put a level on all these, and these are all true. Like they're all level. Every single thing, one is level. And having all this screwed in holds it level for me. So when I go to block it in, it's already blocked in. So over here, I got to do these 2 staircases here, but I have to redo these steps. These steps here, you see how it drops down there? It has to be either it has to go down where I could have a step up, so it has the same clearance from hair to hair. This is a tripping hazard, so I have to fix that, and I have to make sure I have a couple of supports underneath the steps there, like concrete slabs, and then I'll put the handle down here, and over there. The steps are legal. I just have to put the handles on it for safety reasons. But this is a outside view, and I'll show you where we are on the inside of the house. Now my wife's painting. So my wife's painting, and I'm just going to show you what I've done so far. And I'm getting ready to finish off the bathroom. Yeah, she's cutting in right now. So I have the parts here. They're already painted. I'm going to cut the trim in here at the angles needed. The whole piece here is now painted, except I still have to do trim around the windows. But as you can see, and this is the big thing, is I got the door casing done. I still have to paint the white hair black to match it in, but yeah, I got trim around the door. I still have to do trim here. There's trim on this side already all the way around. You can see it here. Still have to do over there, and the bedroom. I'm going to show you the bedroom. So trim is going up. I have the trim on the floor over here all the way across there. Now I'm going to show you this was a pain in the butt. I'm going to show you it now. And I'll explain to you why it was a pain in the butt. Barn door. So I put a barn door on. The instructions on this barn door, not the barn door itself, but the guides up here, was horrible. I'll tell you why. So they don't take into account, they give you spacers to go underneath here. See those spacers? They're little right there between, hold on, let me see if we get this in focus. So right there, that little spacer there, that spacer is supposed to go up against the wall. And if you put that spacer up against the wall, you can't put trim on. Not to mention, So what happens? These holes are supposed to be on the metal here where the bolts go in. The 6 bolts they give you, they're supposed to be 16 on center. So I did my measurements and realized that something was awfully wrong. So it goes 16 on center, 16 on center, the hole over there, 16 on center. So 1, 2, 3 holes, 16 on center. Studs at the back. So they're bolted into studs. Over here, that hole, and that hole. Not 16 on center. So they messed up their measurements and put them off. So I was like, I drilled through the metal and put that at 16. There's a stud back there. There's a stud back there. And there's a stud back there. There's a bolt back there. Let me see. Right. Where is it? Oh, it's being covered up. Oh, there it is. There. So I had to drill holes into the metal for me to get it at 16 on center. So I have a support stud behind it to hold it. And I had to put a piece of black, it's pine, to move it away from the wall far enough that I can put a trim piece down there and it's not gonna rub. Now, all the measurements are ideal, except I guess they don't realize that some places have vents covers, and the vent cover sits up just enough so you could hear kind of scuffing a little bit on it. So I got to get a lower profile vent cover, and I'll get a black one. But that one there took me a whole day to do because I had to re-drill and remeasure and make sure I did my job properly. Seen that day. So I'm going to give that company one hell of a bad review and tell them, you know what, if you're going to do these things and you show it on the instruction booklet that they are 16 on center, but they're not. Yeah, they need to fix their machining because you know somebody doesn't know what the heck they're doing. So anyway, so yeah, so I got the trim at the back hair done. So I'm doing trim around hair and just hair. We're not gonna do any trim around hair yet until my wife decides what she wants to do, what kind of doorway or what she's gonna do around hair. But at least it looks nice and finished. And like I was telling you, it's hard to tell, but this is a slightly lighter purple than over there. I guess you can tell, but I like it. It's nice. I didn't think I would like it, but I actually like it a lot. Um, with the black accent around the windows and everything like that, I think it looks good. So me and my wife Kim got a lot done today, and well, we've been up here for a week. And truth be told, we were lazy yesterday. Did virtually nothing. We just lazed around because it was her holidays, and she's been cutting in and painting and doing a whole bunch of work. And you know, I've been getting a lot of the trim done and the covers back on. She's been cooking breakfasts and dinners, and man, I haven't eaten unless I'm home back in at home, the other house. Up here was the best I've eaten because usually she cooks for me and I bring it up. But yeah, she did all the cooking and I ate like a king. So thank you, Kim. So, anyways, yeah, so we're getting ready to finish off a few things, and oh, let me show you. So this is my another kitchen cabinet I'm making. So this is where the coffee nook is going to be, and there's going to be a stone countertop that goes on top of this. There'll be doors here that you just open up, right? There'll be 2 sliding doors here, so they'll go all the way from the top to the bottom. You grab a handle, you pull the whole thing out, and it'll be all coffee, teas, everything. This should just be to put all your coffee and teas and like I mix my coffee not with sugar, but I do use honey. So it'll have honey in there and everything you need for coffee and teas and everything like that. Like right now we have this, we have a Keurig, and I will have, this is for coffee, and we'll have one for tea because we don't like having to clean it out to mix tea and stuff. So we'll have two Keurig single pours. But I made this. I haven't done the doors yet. And the reason is because we're trying to gain occupancy, and the only thing we need to do is have that done. We don't even have to have doors on it, but the plumbing and the sink has to be working, and so it is. Right now, everything works. And once we're done, I can finish the kitchen off. So over here, I'm building a cabinet that goes all the way up and down here, and it'll just be shelving for books, for all her cookbooks. On this side here would be another cabinet that will go over to about, I think right about there, and then from here there'll be a walk-in kind of cabinet that goes, you'll have shelving here and shelving all over there, and you open it up and you could kind of walk in a little bit. And there'll be another cabinet made here. Now this is only temporary. This is coming out. This will be used in the laundry room, but this here will be all stone, the same stone that's going on the coffee nook over here. It'll be all the way over. Another cabinet like this. This cabinet will have pull-out drawers here that will have all the seasoning and everything, and drawers like this for utensils. Another cabinet here. Another walk-in cabinet, just like the one I showed you on the other side, and then this will be the fridge, and it will be like a cabinet on the top, and two panels that will cover the sides of the fridge. But that's basically an update, guys. So everybody hopefully enjoyed it, and I will show you an update. Oh, bathroom is done. The bathroom, I already took a shower in it, and it was awesome to be able to get dusty and just take a shower. Bathroom's done. My wife's in there. I can't even open the doors to show you because she's cutting in, painting, and they have my little scaffolding ladder up there in there. So I can't open the doors until she tells me I can open the doors. So I just have a few little things. This is my next project. Get to it is like the front door. I have to build this out. I built it out on the front door. Build this out and then put trim around it. So that's the next stage of it. But at least you guys can see the back deck is coming along. And as I always say, have an amazing month, amazing week, and a truly amazing life. For anybody in Canada, get out there and vote. Very important election.